Hey there folks, today I'm going to talk to you about two cool science stories. First, some people have invented a way to generate electricity that works just like the old cuckoo clock or the grandfather clock that your grandmother still has. Basically, you just lift up a weight, and that weight pulls down on something, and that the weight as it pulls down, it spins the generator, and boom, you've got electricity. That's it. So this is friggin' awesome, obviously. It's so simple, and it requires absolutely nothing but gravity and someone to lift the damn weight. And this is so brilliant because it is the most efficient way to turn human power into electricity that I have ever heard of. Screw your exercise bicycle or a whole bunch of people spinning a generator with a handle attached to it or any of that bullshit. Nope. All you need is to lift the weight. Something that, any person who isn't old or feeble or both can do. And boom, then you've got 20 to 30 minutes of light. And the beginning of modernity, as I said on Facebook, is literacy plus light. That's what gives people the ability to read at night. And that was the beginning of the Enlightenment, basically, when you had a literate population, or at least a sufficiently literate population, and the ability to read at night. Someone could work all day in the coal mine and then come home and read. And that's expand their mind. Now, it didn't say exactly how much juice this would be for other things, because in the modern world, while of course we want people in the billion people on Earth without electricity to get their electricity and to be able to read, but what would be even more important is if they could recharge their cell phones, because that is where it's at today. I mean, a lot of these people don't have electricity, and yet they have cell phones. And they go someplace that charges them for the electricity to charge it. If they could do that at home and have some light to use, because, using these things in the dark sucks, they would be well on the path to enlightenment and the future. So that's a cool science story for today. But as people know, I have a certain fascination with a certain branch of science, and I tend to end with it when I do these little things. That's brain science. And holy shit, has there been an advancement. Apparently, the human race has now successfully created tiny pieces of brain that behave an awful lot like living brain. It involves an amalgam of actual brain tissue and electrical engineering that I do not understand, so I won't try and explain it to you. But basically, they've got these brain cells, the neurons, the glials, the structural cells, everything. They exchange information. The glials balance the loads and everything, and behaves an awful lot like a real tiny little piece of brain. Obviously, this being brain science of today, that is, that's both incredibly amazing and terrifying. Well, I can't help but think, okay, when do these take over the world? Because, I mean, they're thinking, and as much as any of us are. Now, of course, the idea is that they could make a custom... these things have a great sci-fi name. They're called organoids. the Daleks versus the Organoids. Anyway, uh, and use it as like a map of your brain if you've got something wrong, and then you'd be able to take a look at that without opening your skull, which is the good part, and say, oh, so that's what's going wrong, and then they'd be able to do a custom treatment to fix it. This is how we step into the future with the best of intentions. But I'm a sci-fi author, so I have to say, well, the road to hell is paved with those, isn't it? But still, I mean, how long is it going to be until we can make an organoid that is an entire brain? An entire human brain. And then, like, I don't know, hook that up to stuff. Like a speaker. It would basically be hell. Well, it would basically be an empty version of your brain. For some people, not much of a difference. Anyhow, food for thought, and definitely food for science fiction. Science fiction. That's all from me for today, folks. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.